5 rational numbers between 1 and 2. So here is your number line. This is 0, this is 1, this is 2. You have to find 5 rational numbers between them. Okay. So there are 2 ways of doing this, Hiba. One is through fractions and one is through decimals. Decimals mein you can see that between 1 and 2, you can have 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.5, 1.7. Okay. And how can you write 1.1? This can be written as 11 by 10. This can be written as 12 by 10. This can be written as 13 by 10. है ना?
Yeah.
Yeah. So similarly, 15 by 10 and 17 by 10. So it's going to be like this if you're doing it from the by using decimals. Okay. But if you're using fractions, then one way that you can do this is between 1 and 2. You can write 1 as 1 by 1 and you can write 2 as 2 by 1, right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, we want to compare these two fractions. Now, let's say, Hiba, if I ask you, find 2 rational numbers between 6 by 10. Find two rational numbers between 6 by 10 and 9 by 10. What will you find? Can you tell me? क्या मिलेगा आपको?
14 by 10.
You have to find 2 rational numbers between them, bacha. You're not supposed to add them. 2 rational numbers between them.
Oh, sorry.
This is the
7
number
by
line.
8 and 8 by 10.
Wait a minute. This is the number line. Okay. Let's say
7 by 10 and 8 by 10.
Very good. Okay. This is your 1. Sorry. This is your 0. This is your 1. 1 means 10 by 10. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So this is your 6 by 10 and this is your 9 by 10. So you have to find 2 rational numbers between them. So it's very clear that 7 by 10 and 8 by 10. But what about this case? 1 by 1 and 2 by 1. Can you find anything between them?
No.
Right now you can't. You need to zoom in, है ना? So zoom in करने के लिए हमें क्या करना होता है? We can make this 10 by 10 and 20 by 10.
But how?
Hiba, 1 by 1 is equal to 10 by 10 or not?
Yeah.
2 by 1 is equal to 20 by 10 or not?
Yeah.
We have just multiplied ऊपर नीचे दोनों जगह we have multiplied it with 10. ठीक है? Now all you have to do is you have 10 by 10 and 20 by 10. इसके बीच में तो आपको कई सारे फ्रैक्शंस मिल जाएंगे, है ना?
Yeah.
For example, 11 by 10, 12 by 10, 13 by 10, which is actually what we had found here. If you take a close look, है ना?
But why are we multiplying it by 10?
Because Hiba, आप 1 और 2 के बीच में क्या find करेंगी? Here 1, here 2. What will you find between them? कैसे पता चलेगा आपको कि क्या ढूंढना है हमें? You'll need to zoom in. फिर जब आप zoom in करेंगी, then this will turn out to be 1 is actually 1 by 1. Or in other words, 10 by 10 को भी हम 1 ही कहते हैं. 10 by 10 is 1 only, right?
Yeah.
और 2 को हमने 20/20 लिख दिया, सो दैट अब 10 और 20 के बीच में बहुत सारे नंबर्स होते हैं, 10 एंड 20 के बीच में बहुत सारे होल नंबर्स होते हैं, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You can find that very easily between 10 and 20. But you cannot find, can you tell me any whole number between 1 and 2? आप find कर सकती हैं? नहीं कर सकती. अगर आप decimals में देखेंगे तो you can say yeah okay 1.1, 1.2, 1.5, 1.5 will be over here. That is decimal. But if you want to find in fractions, then you have to make this a fraction. Are you understanding?
Yeah.
पक्का?
Yes.
इंटू 10 एंड 20, इसलिए ताकि हम 10 और 20 के बीच में कुछ फाइंड कर सकें. 1 और 2 के बीच में कोई ऐसा होल नंबर हम फाइंड नहीं कर सकते. 1 और 2 के बीच में आप क्या बोलोगे? समझ में आ रहा है? So similarly, the same thing goes for -1 and 0. What have we done? इसको हम -10/10 कर लेते हैं और इसको हम 0/10 कर लेते हैं. There's nothing difficult. You have to just first of all you have to make this into a fraction. ठीक है? फ्रैक्शन में क्या हो जाएगा? -1/1, 0/1. फ्रैक्शन में करने के लिए कोई बड़ा काम नहीं करना, जस्ट डिवाइडेड बाय 1. डिनोमिनेटर में 1 डाल दीजिए एंड इट्स द सेम थिंग, राइट? बिकॉज 5/1 दैट इज ऑल्सो इक्वल टू 5. सेम थिंग. सो इट डजंट मैटर अगर आप डिनोमिनेटर में 1 लगा दें, सो इट्स द सेम थिंग, द वैल्यू डजंट चेंज, है ना? सो 1/1, -1/1 एंड 0/1 कर लिया हमने. एंड नाउ दिस you can easily make it 10 and you can make it 0/10 because ऊपर आप इसको 10 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो आपको न्यूमरेटर में 0 ही मिलेगा. Now you can easily find 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers between -10/10 and 0/10. All of these numbers. -9/10, -8/10. या अगर आपका मन फ्रैक्शंस में नहीं कर रहा तो in decimals you can just see that okay -0.8, -0.5, -0.4, all of these are between -1 and 0, है ना?
Yeah.
So there are both ways. But अब जैसे फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन के जो थर्ड एंड फोर्थ पार्ट्स हैं, they are already in fraction, तो अब आपको फ्रैक्शन से ही करना पड़ेगा.
Can we do that?
Which one?
The second question.
Second question अभी हमने, it's just like the first one. -2 and -1.
So -20 and by 10 and -10/10.
आपको समझ में आ रहा है ना हम इसको by 10 क्यों कर रहे हैं?
No.
नहीं समझ में आया? See, if you just make it -2 and -1, how can you find anything between -2 and -1? इसके बीच में
making it 10.
So are
sorry,
you
by
understanding why
multiplying
we
it by
made it?
10.
Yeah, are you understanding how we are doing it?
Yeah, because we can't find anything.
Yeah, there are no whole numbers between them. किस नंबर का नाम लेंगी आप? तो जैसे अगर आपके पास होता, अगर कोई आपसे पूछता कि ये बात फाइंड 5 रैशनल नंबर्स बिटवीन -8 and -3, फाइंड 2 रैशनल नंबर्स बिटवीन -8 and -3, तो आप बहुत आसानी से बता सकती हैं -7, -6, -5, -4, -3 कर लिया आपने आसानी से, है ना?
Yeah.
बट -2 और -1 के बीच में क्या है? You can have -1.5. You can find -1.4, -1.2, है ना? So you can find it because these are normal, these are like, whole numbers. sorry, not whole numbers, these are integers. So integers के लिए आपको ये fraction वाला convert करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Just like how I said, you can do it in this way also. ये वाला जो way था हमारा, this is very simple if you're talking only about integers. कि find 5 rational numbers between -2, yeah, let me change these, -4 and -3. तो आपने क्या किया, यहाँ पे नंबर लाइन बना लिया. -4 will be on the left hand side because it is smaller, and -3 है ना. तो बीच में क्या हो जाएगा आपके पास, you'll have a lot of things, -3.5, -3.3, -3.8, and so on.
Yeah, I
आपको
understood.
हाँ, but the rest of the questions, they are fractions. So fractions के साथ you won't be able to do the same thing that we did here.
In fraction, do we have to like add them?
No, why will you add them? Are you adding these two? Are you adding -4 and -3?
No.
No. So why will you do that in fractions?
But their denominators are different.
Yes, denominators are different. So we will make the denominators the same. We're not going to add them. Denominator को same बनाएंगे हम.
By that I meant to find the LCM.
हाँ, we will find the LCM, but it's not the same thing as adding them, है ना? Did you get it?
Yeah, but here the like -4 by 5 and -2 by 3. What does the and like mean?
Oh, the and means you have to find 5 rational numbers between this and this.
Okay, I understand.
That means your rational numbers, एक तो आपका ये है -4/5, एक आपका ये है -2/3. आप फाइंड करते रहिए इन दोनों के बीच में.
Okay, I got it.
So you'll make the denominator the same. You have to multiply this with 5, right? So 15.
-12 by 15 and -10 by 15.
Now the problem is -12 by 15 और -10 by 15 के बीच में एक आपको मिल जाएगा -11 by 15. उसके अलावा कुछ बता सकती हैं?
-11.1.
Very good, very good. -11.1 by 15. But this is not a rational number, है ना?
Yeah.
Rational number की क्या definition होती है? कि the numerator and denominator should both be integers. 11.1 0.1 आ गया यहाँ पे. 0.1 तो नहीं होगा ना integer. So अब आप पता है क्या कर सकती हैं हिबा? This 11.1 को you can write it as, अब आप try to remove the decimal. कैसे करते हैं आपको पता है ना? 111 कर दीजिए. इसको decimal remove करने के लिए we have to put a 0 in the denominator. ये हो गया आपका.
So like what will be the 4 rational numbers between -12 and -12 and -10?
They're not going to be just 4 rational numbers, Hiba. You can have any. You can have infinite number of rational numbers between them. An infinite number. आपने ये कहा, this is also fine. आप क्या कर सकती थी? One more way of doing this. Your method is not wrong. This is perfectly fine. But just one more that I can share with you is that here you take this, okay? This becomes, you can write this as 120 by 150, right? It's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this is the same thing as -100 by 150. Yes?
Yeah.
All we have done is we have multiplied upar niche, numerator denominator by 10. So now you have to find rational numbers between -120 by 150 and -100 by 150. अब तो आपसे निकल जाएगा ना?
Yeah.
For example, -118 by 150, -116 by 150, -115 by 150. And उसी में ये भी आ जाएगा -111 by 150.
Yeah.
अच्छा, Eba, tell me, then what is the maximum number of rational numbers that you can find between this and this.
Can you repeat the question again?
What is the maximum number of rational numbers that you can find between these two?
20.
20. पक्का?
Yeah.
अच्छा, अगर मैं इसको ऐसे लिख दूं -1200 by 1500 एंड इसको मैं लिख दूं -1000 by 1500, then I can find so many. How many can I find? I can find 200.
Yeah.
या अगर मैं इसको ऐसे लिख दूं, now how many can I find between them? 2000.
2000.
मैं इसके जितने भी zeros बढ़ाती जाऊंगी, the number of numbers that I can find between them will keep on increasing. For example, let me give you an example. -120001 by 150000. Not 1, sorry. -1005, let's say. ये भी तो एक नंबर है, रैशनल नंबर ही है, और ये इसके और इसके बीच में लाई करता है, यहाँ पे कहीं लाई करेगा इधर, है ना?
Yeah, I understand.
गुड. सो बाकी सारे क्वेश्चंस करिए, कर लेंगी ना?
Yeah. I will just add the last one.
ओके.
Okay, I completed.
ओके.
I had one more question.
यस.
Like it's in exercise 9.2.
ओके.
The question is, find -6 by 13 -7 by 15.
क्वेश्चन का नंबर बताइए हेबा.
Second question, the third part.
ओके, सेकंड क्वेश्चन, थर्ड पार्ट. -6 by 13 -7 by 15. हाँ, इसमें क्या है?
Like I found a different answer, but my notebook says a different answer.
Show me how you did your answer.
First, I found the LCM.
Found the LCM. What is the LCM? What is the LCM?
195.
Very good. 195. ठीक है.
Wait, like my question is that -6 -7.
Yes.
It should be like -6 plus 7, right?
Very good. Yes.
But can you like sort the whole answer, because I'm getting a different answer.
Okay. अभी आपने जो नेक्स्ट स्टेप किया है वो क्या है, मुझे ये बताइए. इसके बाद नेक्स्ट स्टेप आपने क्या लिखा है? What should I write over here according to your answer?
-6 divided by 13 multiplied by something that gives 195.
ठीक है. So what will you multiply it with?
3.
3, 13 को आप 3 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगी तो आपको 195 मिलेगा। 13 को 15 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तब जाके 195 मिलेगा, है ना?
Yeah.
ठीक है, तो न्यूमरेटर क्या हो जाएगा?
-90.
वेरी गुड, -90। और ये माइनस माइनस प्लस हो गया। अब आप ये 7/15 को किस चीज से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे कि हमें डिनोमिनेटर में 195 मिले?
13.
तो 7 into 13?
91/195.
ठीक है, नाउ इट्स सिंपल। ठीक है,
Wait, how will it be positive 91?
बच्चे व्हाट इज माइनस मल्टीप्लाइड बाय माइनस? माइनस माइनस क्या होता है? आप ही ने बताया था ना मुझे प्लस होगा।
But like, why are we solving it in like the first place?
Why are we solving what?
Minus minus.
Hiba, you only told me that minus minus gives you plus.
Yeah, but I was like referring to the last answer.
Where? Which answer?
-90 minus -91.
रुकिए हिबा, रुक जाइए 1 मिनट, मैं आपकी डाउट अभी क्लियर कर रही हूँ। सी हियर, -6/13, माइनस माइनस क्या होता है?
Plus.
अब सही है, यहाँ तक क्लियर है?
Yeah.
इसी का नेक्स्ट स्टेप है ये, बिकॉज दिस इज -6/13, तो हमने यहाँ -6/13 लिखा, हमें -90/195 मिल गया। दिस वन इज 7/15, so we wrote 7/15. ठीक है,
Okay.
is it clear?
Yeah.
Good.
So +1 is the answer.
No, the answer, the numerator is +1, but the answer is not +1.
+1/195.
Yes, exactly. That's the answer.
Okay, we can start the next chapter.
Good.
Symmetry chapter.
Okay. It is chapter number 14, है ना?
Yeah.
ठीक है.
In chapter 4, in like 14.1, the fifth and sixth exercise are omitted.
5th and 6th question are omitted.
Yeah, 5th and 6th question.
चलो ठीक है, okay. All right, Hiba, first of all, what is symmetry? Symmetry means, for example, you see a butterfly. Just a sec. Give me a sec. Okay. हाँ हिबा.
Yeah.
Okay. So for example, look at this butterfly. ठीक है. It has an axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry means, first of all, you tell me, इस butterfly में आपको ये चीज नजर आ रही है कि the left and the right halves are exactly identical?
Yeah.
Yeah. So left and right halves are identical, है ना? ऐसा तो नहीं है कि upper and lower parts are identical? ऐसा तो नहीं है कि this part is identical to the lower part?
No.
No. So left part is identical to the right part, है ना? So we say that the line of symmetry is over here. This is the line of symmetry.
Okay, understood.
ठीक है? Can I say that the line of symmetry is over here? The horizontal one, can I say it?
No.
No, because ऊपर वाला part is not identical to the lower part, है ना?
Yeah.
ठीक है. अब इसी तरह हम इस flower में देख लेते हैं. All right. इसमें कौन कौन सी लाइंस ऑफ सिमेट्री हैं? एक तो ये है ना? The left part is exactly identical to the right part. Yes or no?
Yeah.
And similarly, this is also a line of symmetry. एक तो वो हो गई. दूसरी देखिए. This is also a line of symmetry.
No.
No, it's not. आप ये बताइए कि इसका ऊपर वाला part is exactly identical to the lower part or not?
Oh yeah, it is.
It is. So ये दूसरी line of symmetry हो गई. ठीक है? फिर तीसरी line of symmetry देखिए. Is this a line of symmetry?
Yeah.
Because this part is exactly equal to this part. Not equal, identical to this part. है ना? तो third हो गई. फिर ये fourth हो गई. ठीक है? तो इसी तरह this flower has 5 lines of symmetry. इसको कहते हैं the degree of symmetry is 5. ठीक है? But anyway, this has 5 lines of symmetry. How many lines does it have? 5 lines of
5.
symmetry. Achha, similarly, can you tell me how many lines of symmetry do you think this has?
Infinite?
No.
Sorry.
How will it be infinite, bache?
5.
Infinite means ki every line over here, infinite means every line over here is a line of symmetry.
It has 4 or 5.
अच्छा, देखिए एक तो ये है one line of symmetry.
The second one is in the middle.
Second one is over here, in between these two petals, 2 lines of symmetry.
And the middle?
Middle where, bache? Like this?
Yeah.
That's called horizontal. है ना?
Yeah.
This is horizontal.
That is vertical.
And what is this called? Very good, vertical. 1, 2. अब एक ये देखिए, this is also a line of symmetry. हिबा, look carefully. Is this a line of symmetry? इन दोनों को भूल जाइए.
Yeah.
Yes, very good. So if you can just notice कि this is also going through a petal. This is also going through a petal. So that means whichever line is going through a petal, that will be a line of symmetry. 1. ठीक है, कितनी हो गई? 1, or in other words, 1, 2, no, that's not that. 2, 3. Okay, apart from that, जो दो पेटल्स के बीच में लाइन जा रही है वो भी लाइन ऑफ सिमेट्री होगी.
Okay, I understood.
ठीक है. So how many are there in total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. How many total? 6 lines of symmetry. समझ में आया?
Yeah.
Okay. Heba, for some reason my device's battery is draining very quickly. Let me just see what I can do, even though it's on charging. So let me see what I can do about it. Okay. Okay. Now let's take a look at, let's say you have an equilateral triangle. Okay, this, I know this doesn't look equilateral because I have drawn it very roughly. But can you guess how many lines of symmetry this has?
Could you wait a minute?
Yeah.
We can continue.
Okay. I'm asking, can you guess how many lines of symmetry this has?
3. No, 2. No, just 1.
सोचिए, सिर्फ 1 होगी. Only this will be the line of symmetry.
No, 3.
Yes, very good. It will have 3 lines of symmetry. ठीक है? All right. Now just a minute. Okay. So Hiba, imagine if there is, or let's do one thing, let's just come quickly straight to the exercise. उसी में हम समझ लेंगे कि क्या है पूरा. So your exercise 14.1 उस पे आते हैं. First question देखते हैं. What have they done? They have shown you that you have a rectangle, okay? And just imagine, Hiba, imagine that this is a card. Okay? Imagine this is a greeting card. Have you ever made a greeting card?
Yeah. No.
Okay. So imagine that this is a greeting card and you have made a, आपने इसको fold कर दिया. So this card is right now like this. आपने इसको fold कर दिया. It becomes like this and then और ज़्यादा fold कर दिया. So you completely fold the greeting card. So it becomes like this. ठीक है? आपने यहाँ पे एक hole punch किया. Then जब आप इसको खोलेंगी तो हाउ विल इट लुक? वो होल कहाँ पे होगा? सिर्फ यहाँ पे होगा या यहाँ पे भी होगा? दोनों जगह होगा ना?
Both sides.
Yeah. So the first question and the entire question is related to this thing only. कि where do you have to fold the your paper so that you get the following holes? ठीक है? अब now the first one is they have shown you, or imagine that if you have this and this, what does that mean? that you had folded the card like this, and फिर जब आपका कार्ड बंद है तो आपने उसको यहाँ पे होल पंच कर दिया, so that now you have the hole over here and over here, है ना?
Yeah.
Understood? Okay, so let's do the first question, first part. There is a hole over here and over here. You have to find कि आपने कहाँ पे उसको fold किया है, which means find the axis of symmetry या line of symmetry. Yes, Hiba, where do you think हमने कहाँ fold किया होगा इसको?
In the middle.
Yes, horizontal in the middle, है ना? So that when you fold it, when you fold the paper, आपको यहाँ पे, no, not यहाँ पे, यहाँ पे you punch the hole, है ना? Imagine your, it is like this. समझ में आ रहा है हिबा?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do the second one. The hole
Second one is between the dots.
between the dots, very good. And it's like an angle, right?
Yeah.
It's like this. ठीक है. Then third.
Between the holes
Two
again.
dots, very good. Exactly, between the two dots and horizontal, like this. Fourth one. Now fourth one may you have four holes, but you can see that they are symmetrical to each other. Not all of them. They are forming pairs. तो ऐसा लग रहा है कि हमने दो बार उसको पंच किया है, अलग अलग जगहों पे किया है. Yeah. Can you tell? Imagine folding this. हाँ हिबा.
Between both of them.
Horizontal, vertical कहाँ?
Horizontal.
Very good, horizontal. है ना? So that when you fold your card, it becomes like this. आपने card अपना fold किया. Yeah. This is your folded card. Fold. Oh wait, I'm supposed to make it a little smaller. ठीक है? तो one hole is over here and one hole is over here. है ना? ऐसे ही लग रहा है ना हिबा?
Yeah.
ठीक है. Fifth question. मतलब sorry,
It will be vertical.
But vertical सिर्फ एक बार. देखो, the thing is, there are two options, ठीक है? एक ऑप्शन ये है कि हो सकता है आपने यहाँ पे दो होल्स पंच किए हो और वर्टिकली फोल्ड किया हो, तो दोनों होल्स आपके यहाँ पे और यहाँ पे आ जाएंगे, है ना?
Yeah.
एक ऑप्शन आपका ये है कि आपने एक ही बार पंच किया, बट यू फोल्डेड इट 2 times. एक बार ऐसे फोल्ड कर दिया और एक बार ऐसे फोल्ड कर दिया. तो व्हाट विल हैपन कि व्हेन यू punch a hole over here, it will come over here also, because ये line of symmetry है. फिर एक line of symmetry ये भी है horizontal, तो यहाँ पे भी आ जाएगा और यहाँ पे भी आ जाएगा. समझ में आ रही है?
But if we like fold it one time, we can still get like 4 dots.
Yeah, that we can get only if we have made 2 holes over here. Let's say आपने 2 holes किए, एक यहाँ पे करा, एक यहाँ पे करा. Then you will have this figure. समझ में आया?
Yeah. So it's like a plus.
Yeah.
But like if we fold it horizontally and put 2 dots, we can still get like 4. And why do we have to do it like vertically up again?
That's what I'm telling you. You have both the options. ठीक है?
So this like horizontal and vertical is like option. They're not like just one time.
See, Heba, in reality, it is an option. You can, either you can have a card like this. उसमें आपने यहाँ पे और यहाँ पे होल पंच कर लिया. फिर जब आप कार्ड को खोलेंगी तो आपको पता चलेगा कि the hole is on all the 4 corners. ठीक है? But in this question, what they are asking you is basically, you can see that ये वाला जो होल है ऊपर वाला और नीचे वाला, they are both exactly symmetrical to each other also, है ना? This is symmetrical to this also and this is symmetrical to this also. That means कि इसको बहुत ही कायदे से, बहुत ही precision के साथ fold किया गया है. So that means you took a small piece of paper and you put a, मतलब not small piece of paper, you folded that entire thing into बेसिकली 4 स्मॉलर पार्ट्स. आपने 2 बार फोल्ड किया, एक यहाँ पे होल कर दिया. फिर जब आपने इसको खोला तो बिकॉज द लाइन ऑफ सिमेट्री इज दिस ऑल्सो एंड दिस ऑल्सो, सो योर होल वॉज ऑन ऑल द 4 कॉर्नर्स सिमेट्रिकली, क्योंकि यू कैन सी द सिमेट्री कि दिस टॉप वाला होल इज एग्जैक्टली सिमेट्रिकल टू द बॉटम होल ऑल्सो. जैसे आपका यहाँ पे था इस 4th क्वेश्चन में. इन द 4th क्वेश्चन इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल दैट आपने यहाँ पे होल किया हो पर इस तरह से वर्टिकली फोल्ड कर दिया हो और आपको राइट साइड पे होल मिल गया हो, है ना? दैट्स बिकॉज दे आर नॉट सिमेट्रिकल टू ईच अदर. बट ओवर हियर दे आर सिमेट्रिकल टू ईच अदर. दैट मीन्स कि दिस इज ऑल्सो अ लाइन ऑफ सिमेट्री. समझ में आ रहा है?
Yeah.
ठीक है. एफ वाला पार्ट बताइए.
Horizontal.
नो.
I think we can't do it.
You can see it is vertical, बच्चे, not horizontal. Look at this. Imagine you folding your card like this and आपने उसको यहाँ पे होल पंच किया. एक यहाँ पे आ गया, एक यहाँ पे आ गया. How imagine this being folded. ठीक है, आपने इसको फोल्ड करके होल कैसे पंच किया? आपने यहाँ पे होल पंच किया एंड एक यहाँ पे होल पंच किया. समझ में आई बात?
Yeah. So the hole on the right. So the hole on the left is just one.
Yeah, the hole on the left is because of you punching it over here.
No, the like the second figure, that cylinder thing.
This
Yeah, the
this
hole
is
on
not
the
a
left
cylinder.
is just one.
This is not a cylinder. This is a piece of paper. It is a rectangle.
Yeah, it
हाँ,
kind of
बोलिए.
looks like a cylinder.
How is it a cylinder? It'll be a cylinder if you fold it like this, no?
Oh,
This
yeah.
I have just shown you कि ये पेपर को फोल्ड करके अच्छा ये बताओ पेपर को फोल्ड करके क्या बनता है? कौन सी शेप आती है? रेक्टेंगल आता है ना?
Rectangle.
हाँ. आपका डाउट क्लियर हो गया है बा?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a minute. It's difficult for me to manage it like this. Just a minute. ठीक है, अब इसका जी पार्ट करिए. ई एफ जी, हाँ ठीक है.
G
जी इज
is
वेरी
like
सिंपल.
vertical
वर्टिकल, वेरी गुड. तो जी वाला पार्ट इज लाइक
H
दिस.
is horizontal
H is yes horizontal.
and
जब हम आज की क्लास सिर्फ 8 o'clock तक रखें, बिकॉज आई हैव गेस्ट्स.
yeah, sure. Can you tell the Saudi time?
ओ आई एम सो सॉरी, मैंने आज फिर वही मिस्टेक कर दी थी. व्हेन आई टेक्स्टेड यू आई सेड 7 o'clock एंड देन लेटर आई रियलाइज
That's okay.
या 5:30 तक. ठीक है.
Okay,
Yeah, really sorry about that. Okay, so
that's okay.
this and this. How do we have to fold the paper?
Horizontal.
Horizontal कैसे करेंगी आप? It won't be a line of symmetry ना. Symmetry तो रहेगी नहीं. How is this top portion symmetrical to the bottom portion? Is it symmetrical?
No. So
No, it's not
vertical.
symmetrical. Yeah, very good. Vertical like this. So imagine it being a folded like this. ऐसे करके फोल्ड किया है आपने अपना ट्राइंगल. ठीक है. एंड एक यहाँ पे होल किया है एंड एक यहाँ पे होल किया है. और जब आपने इसको खोला तो इट बिकम्स लाइक दिस. समझ में आ गया?
Yeah.
Fine. Then हाँ, there's a circle and 2 dots over here. अब बताइए.
Circle is vertical.
Very good. Vertical. Okay. There are 4 dots in this circle. This is just like this square. इस square की तरह ही है ये एकदम.
They are both horizontal and vertical. They're options.
Not options, but they are both horizontal and vertical. They are like you can, in fact, you can have it. You can have it in 2 ways. आपको ऐसे भी मिल सकता है या फिर you can have it like this also. एक यहाँ पे and एक यहाँ पे. ठीक है.
Okay.
Either of them is fine. Then the K L part. 3 circle, 3
It will
holes.
be horizontal.
Horizontal. यानी कि you are saying like this.
No, sorry, I meant vertical.
Good. Vertical. ठीक है. All right. Next. Wait a second. ठीक है. Next उस पे आते हैं. Given the line of symmetry, find the other holes. ये तो बहुत आसान है. इस वाले से भी ज्यादा आसान है ये. है ना?
Yeah.
I think it would be better if I would just show you this thing.
I can do this by myself.
You can do it by yourself. पक्का? फिर आप चलिए अभी कर लीजिए या तो. या फिर चलो ओके. चलो
They're
fine. You
basically
can,
like on the opposite side of the dots.
या opposite side of the line. ठीक है.
Yeah, opposite
ये
side of the
सारे आप
line.
खुद कर लीजिएगा. बस ये जो
Yeah,
D
I
पार्ट
did.
है, लास्ट पार्ट कर लेते हैं हम. ठीक है.
Okay.
Let's do the last part, E part. You have 1 dot here, 1 dot here. Oh no, they're a little bit far away. There's a line like this. one dot here and one dot here. You have to find the other holes. So you have to, you know what,
Actually,
you'll have to rotate. हाँ,
in my book there are only just one hole.
okay. अच्छा ठीक है, अब बताइए क्या होगा.
The other
This is
side.
the line of, this is a line of symmetry. So it's going, imagine this as a mirror. Imagine this to be a mirror. So this is a tiny hole standing in front of a mirror. He will see his image over here. ठीक है? So this will be the answer.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Um, third question is very easy. You can do that by yourself.
Yeah.
Find the multiple, and the fourth question may you have to find the multiple lines of symmetry in each of the following figures. This is also very easy. अभी हमने क्लास में किया ना लाइंस ऑफ सिमेट्री कैसे फाइंड करते हैं, तो ये भी आप होमवर्क में कर लीजिए. ओके.
Wait. I didn't understand the question.
You have to, जैसे हमने यहाँ पे किया था ना बच्चे, the first thing that we did, we drew the lines of symmetry. हमने कहा था कि भाई इसमें क्या लाइंस ऑफ सिमेट्री होती है, बटरफ्लाई में सिर्फ एक ही लाइन ऑफ सिमेट्री होती है. ये 5 पेटल्स वाले फ्लावर में 5 लाइंस ऑफ सिमेट्री हैं. 6 पेटल्स वाले फ्लावर में 6 लाइंस ऑफ सिमेट्री हैं, है ना. हमने फाइंड किया था ना कि ओके हाउ डू वी फाइंड दिस. तो वही सेम तरीका है जो आपको यहाँ पे करना है.
So
लेट
you
मी
just have
शो
to
यू.
count the line.
You have to draw the lines the same way that we drew the lines over here. कैसे ड्रॉ किया था हमने, हमने ये देखा था ना कि अच्छा कहाँ पे लाइन ऑफ सिमेट्री बन रही है, हाउ कैन वी गेट अ लाइन ऑफ सिमेट्री. सो वी सेड ओके द फर्स्ट लाइन ऑफ सिमेट्री इज दिस, देन सेकंड लाइन ऑफ सिमेट्री इज दिस, थर्ड लाइन ऑफ सिमेट्री इज दिस. ऐसे तो किया था हमने. तो आप पांचों आपको ड्रॉ करनी है लाइन ऑफ सिमेट्री. इट विल बी लाइक दिस, and please do it with a scale like this, like this.
I didn't understand the fourth question.
I'm trying to explain that to you. Are you seeing what I'm doing on the screen?
Yeah.
आप हमने अभी किया था ना साथ में, इसकी लाइंस ऑफ सिमेट्री बनाई थी ना हमने. हाउ डिड वी ड्रॉ लाइन ऑफ सिमेट्री? बच्चे लाइन ऑफ सिमेट्री क्या होती है? इट इज दैट लाइन which divides, again I'm going to write it here, that line, or it can be many actually, not just one, that line which divides the figure into identical parts, two identical parts, into two identical parts. So if you look at this, is this a line of symmetry?
Yeah.
Yes. Then is this a line of symmetry?
Yeah.
दो हो गई हैं अभी तक. Is this a line of symmetry?
Yeah. But in the fourth question, the first part, there are only just two like lines of symmetry.
Bacha, first part. No. Are you talking about the rectangle?
Yeah.
No, that is already done. That is not a question. Question उसके नीचे है. Identify multiple lines of symmetry. That is the question. उसके ऊपर क्या लिखा हुआ है? उसके ऊपर जो rectangle है, rectangle के ऊपर it's written, the following figures have more than one line of symmetry. Such figures are said to have multiple lines of symmetry. That's it. वो आपको कुछ करने को तो नहीं कह रहा ना.
Okay.
कुछ फाइंड करने को तो नहीं कह रहा. उसके नीचे वाला जो है जिसमें ब्लू शेडेड पोर्शन है, आइडेंटिफाई मल्टीपल लाइंस ऑफ सिमेट्री इन ईच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग फिगर्स. समझ में आया?
Yeah.
ठीक है. Then there's this circle and there's this circle, this circle, this circle. So how many lines of symmetry are going to be there? 1 2 3. मैंने बहुत ही अजीब तरीके से ड्रॉ किया. I'm so sorry. Wait. 2
So there will be 3.
3. Yes. इसी तरह से you have to make for all of them. ठीक है?
The second one is 2.
Second one is 2. Yes, very good. एक vertical होगी, एक horizontal होगी.
And the third one is just 1.
No.
Sorry, it will be 3.
3. बाकी आप इसको draw करिए. You don't have to tell me how many lines are there. You have to draw them. ठीक है ना?
Okay.
After drawing them, you have to write it. कि 3 lines of symmetry or 2 lines of symmetry. ठीक है?
The last one is confusing.
Last one is not confusing. It is the same thing as this flower. Same thing. Think of it as a flower with 6 petals, no? Looks like a flower only. है ना? क्या?
It's like a square.
The H part. Oh, so you're talking about the D part. Okay, yeah. I was talking about the H part. Fine. The D part is not confusing, bacha. That is oh, B is supposed to be an exact square.
Isme
there, yeah. There's this thing, and then there's this thing, and this thing. इसमें क्या होगा? Your line of symmetry will be like this. 1 and 2. ठीक है? Understood?
Yeah.
बाकी आप कर लेंगी?
Yeah, but the E one is like 4?
No. Yeah, actually it will be 4.